Hey guys, welcome back. If you're a Sweet Magnolias fan and you just finished Season 5, you probably have a lot of questions. So let's get into everything we know about a potential Season 6. Quick spoiler warning. Before we dive in, spoilers ahead for Season 5. So if you haven't watched it yet, go do that first and come back. Will there be a Season 6? So here's where things stand right now. Netflix has not officially renewed Sweet Magnolias for a sixth season. The streaming service will likely wait a few weeks to evaluate how Season 5 performs before making that call. But if it does get the green light, we're looking at a 2028 premiere window. So yes, it's a bit of a wait. How did Season 5 end? Season 5 wraps things up in a mostly pleasant way, but it's worth noting that the characters aren't fully given a fitting finale. The three leads are all in completely different stages of their lives by the end of the season, which honestly makes the case for why a Season 6 feels necessary. There's still so much story left to tell. The time jump question. One of the most interesting things going into a potential Season 6 is the timeline. Season 5 starts in early summer and ends before summer is even over, so there's a lot of story still sitting in that window. Showrunner and developer Cheryl J. Anderson actually spoke to Deadline about this, saying, "We have open questions about who's going to do what by the actual end of summer, but there is an opportunity to come back at various points in the timeline." So, depending on where Season 6 picks up, we could see some major shifts in where these characters land. Lily and Annie's next chapter. Let's start with Lily and Annie. Both of them have graduated by Season 5 and are eager to leave Serenity for college. But the summer gives them each something fresh to discover before they go. For Annie in particular, that means new connections, new feelings, and a romantic situation that's about to get very complicated. Annie's love triangle, Blake, Noah, and Ty. So about that, both Blake, played by Austin Woods, and Noah, played by Aidan Merworth, are introduced this season as new romantic interests for Annie. This is largely because Carson Rowland's Ty is completely absent from Season 5. By the end of the season, Annie gravitates toward Noah and decides to explore things with him, even knowing she'll be heading off after summer. But here's the twist. Ty starts texting and calling her, hinting that he still has real feelings for her. If Ty returns in Season 6, Annie could find herself in a full-on love triangle between him and Noah. And it's important to note that both Blake and Noah could return in the next season to carry that romantic storyline forward, which means things could get even more layered than we think. Dana Sue's complicated love life. Meanwhile, Dana Sue's romantic life is heading into murky territory. She's still with Ronnie, played by Brandon Quinn, but she develops an undeniable connection with Clark, played by John Gabriel Rodriguez, her former high school rival turned current business colleague. When Dana Sue starts looking for her own apartment, things get noticeably tense with Ronnie. They haven't officially split yet, but the chemistry between her and Clark is impossible to ignore. Season 6 could very much dig into that romance in a much bigger way. Helen and Erik's next chapter. On a warmer note, Helen and Erik are moving into an exciting new phase. The two are set to explore fostering teenagers, which feels like such a natural and meaningful next step for their relationship. Maddie, Cal, and their new ventures. As for Maddie and Cal, they'll both be occupied with their own separate business endeavors. And on that note, Evan Cleaver's Javi, Cal's new partner at the independent baseball team, is expected to play a bigger role next season. So keep an eye on that storyline. Returning cast and new faces. Now let's talk about who we expect to see back. Your core trio, Joanna Garcia Swisher as Maddie, Heather Headley as Helen, and Brooke Elliott as Dana Sue will of course return. Alongside them, Justin Bruning as Cal, Dion Johnstone as Erik, and Brandon Quinn as Ronnie are all expected back. John Gabriel Rodriguez as Clark is also anticipated to have a significantly bigger part next season, especially if his romance with Dana Sue is explored further. On the supporting side, expect Brittany L. Smith as Mayor Peggy, Chris Medlin as Isaac, Jamie Lynn Spears as Noreen, and Chase Anderson as Jeremy to all return as well. Kyle Finley is also expected back as Michael, Isaac's boyfriend. who made the big decision to relocate to Serenity at the end of Season 5. And depending on how their individual storylines develop, Logan Allen as Kyle, Tommy Rose as Olivia, and Artemis as Lily are all anticipated to return too. And of course, more new characters are expected to enter the mix, so the world of Serenity keeps right on growing. With so many open storylines, Annie's tangled love life, Dana Sue's romantic crossroads, Helen and Erik's fostering journey, and big business moves from Maddie and Cal, the residents of Serenity still have a lot to figure out. Season 6 has more than enough material to work with, and honestly, we can't wait to see how it all unfolds. That's everything we know so far. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates, and drop a comment below letting us know what you're most excited to see in Season 6. See you in the next one.